everyone, and welcome to YarnGasm. I'm Kristen, and this is episode 237. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're a new viewer, thanks so much for checking out the podcast. This is a podcast about knitting, spinning, hand-dyeing yarn, sewing, and making all the things in Brooklyn, New York, where I'm from, and I live with my husband Dennis and our adorable cat Bella, who's back there hanging out on my sewing desk. Don't worry, she will not go near the machine or play with anything sharp. She's a smart cat. But yeah, we live in Brooklyn, and yeah, as always, I'm so happy that you're taking some time out of your day to chat about all those awesome things with me. And I'm gonna pop quickly on the screen where you can follow me on social media. As always, I'm most active on Instagram, so I'm just gonna say, if you wanna follow me on the interwebs, Instagram is a place to do it. And of course on Ravelry, I'm Voolenvine there, and email is the best way to get in touch with me if you have any questions, or hop on over to the YarnGasm Ravelry group, where it's a lively group full of lots of conversation, and it's a place to be if you want to join in on our knit-alongs and our make-alongs and just general chatter about all the episodes. And yes, show notes, as always, can be found at www.yarngasmpodcast.com. So yay! Yeah, if you are, welcome to the show. If you are a regular viewer, you're probably aware that I skipped a week. I did not podcast last week because I was feeling very under the weather. I made it through the entire winter without catching a cold up until last week. I came down with a common cold. Don't worry, I'm feeling totally fine. Thank you so much to everybody for all your well wishes. But yeah, I came down with a common cold, I think. I basically just had the sniffles, and I, just was feeling very clouded because I was doing shots of Dayquil and NyQuil, so that just kind of did me in. So I took the day off on Thursday. I did not work. I just relaxed. I knit. I watched, I binge watched TV or shows on Netflix. And yeah, I just took it easy. Although I did record on Friday. Kitty, what are you doing? She's playing with my fairy lights. I don't know if you can see. But they're fine. She's not going to eat them. She just likes playing with them. But anyway, what was I saying? I totally lost track. But yes, I did record an episode on Friday, and I forgot to turn my microphone on, which is normally not a problem because I have generally been recording on my Canon G7X or GX7. I always get the names confused, but it's a tiny PowerShot Canon that I use for vlogging and just podcasting in general. It's easy to set up and whatnot. But I don't know if you can tell, I'm working with a new lens this week. It's kind of fancy schmancy. It's a 30 millimeter lens, and it creates this really cool blurred out effect in the background. And being a film school snob, a guilty pleasure of mine is trying new equipment for my cameras. And I got excited about this one. So this is a treat to myself and my podcast. And, I'm always looking for ways to up the ante a little bit with the quality. So yeah, I tried it out last week. Everything went smoothly, except for my microphone, which is a little clip-on mic here. I don't know if you can see it, but I need the clip-on mic to use with my DSLR because otherwise the internal microphone will pick up on the autofocus. So anyway, I feel like that's enough banter about my my equipment and what I've been up to. But anyway, just to let you guys know, fill you in. But yeah, I forgot to turn on the mic, and I just decided, what, it's a lost cause. So I'm recording this week, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the new quality. Just playing around with it. Let me know what you think. Do you hate it? Do you love it? Whatever. I think it's kind of cool. But yes, okay. I have a show for you guys. As for announcements, I do have a trunk show, or Voolenvine Yarns has a trunk show coming up at Do You Knit in Westfield, New Jersey. It's a really awesome yarn shop. This is going to be my third time doing a trunk show there. Karen is amazing, and she's the queen, the yarn pimp extraordinaire of hedgehog fibers and all things indie dyed. So if you have the opportunity to, check out her shop, it's definitely worth the trip if you're coming into the city and, just hopping on a train 45 minutes out of the city, New Jersey, to visit the shop. It's such a great, cool spot. So very excited to be doing that. I hope whoever is going to be around in the area can make it. I'm very excited. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it for important announcements other than me being sick. Memorial Day weekend happened last weekend. Here in the United States, so I will talk more about that in Blather, but Dennis and I did manage to get away, which is always good. I'm always excited to get out of the city because, yeah, it's stressful, I will say that. But anyway, yeah, okay, so let's get into what I've been making this week. I knew I forgot something. Before I get into what I've been making, I just want to quickly mention that I have several giveaways to announce this week for the Curious Handmade Along and for East London Knits, the Zen Variations pattern collection. So stay tuned for the end of the episode where I will announce those giveaway winners. There are just so many, so I'm going to hold off till the end. But anyway, let's get on to what I've been making this week. So I'm going to be totally honest, I've been very monogamously knitting on my shawl design. So a lot of the projects that I have been working on, aside from that, have been kind of falling to the wayside a little bit. But I'm so close to being done with my shawl design, you guys. It is by no exaggeration. It has reached epic proportions. It's a beast, but hopefully by next week, I'm so close to finishing it. Hopefully by next week I will have a finished object to share with you. So you know I'm not lying. I have been working on it. And I want to get back to a lot of the projects that have been kind of put to the wayside in the meantime. But I have been taking a break here and there to work on some other projects, such as my eyeball shawl. So here it is, and this is a pattern by Stephen West. And yeah, it's an eyeball shawl, just as the pattern suggests. It's a giant eyeball. So yeah, here we go. You guys are probably tired of me talking about it, but here we go again. For the pupil, we have Skinny Dipping Yarns in her Space Pants colorway. And then for the iris, we have, again, Skinny Dipping Yarns in her Olives colorway. And for the sclera is La Bien-Aimée in her Gateway Purple colorway. And it's a little blown out because of the lighting, but I have to figure that out with the lens. Again, troubleshooting. So I'm almost done knitting one side of the sclera, and then I get to knit it all again on the other side. So it's super simple. It's nothing like no fancy stitch techniques at all. It's just garter stitch and garter stitch back and forth and picking up stitches as you go. So super simple, super mindless and potato chippy. And by potato chippy, I just mean you just want one row again after the other. You know, just keep knitting, keep knitting. So yeah, really enjoying that. So yeah, I'm glad I'm making progress on it. So Eyeball Shawl by Stephen West. And then, as I mentioned, I didn't mention, but I kind of needed a little palette cleanser because I have a lot of other projects on the go. I have my Apple Blossom socks for the Curious Handmade Cal, which just ended. I will be mentioning giveaway prizes for that at the end of the episode. So, but yeah, I had been knitting. I knit the Snow Melt shawl for the Curious Handmade Along, and then I'm also knitting the Apple Blossom socks, which I have not finished yet. Pattern socks, I will say I do have issues finishing those because I don't know. It's just I want the, you know, I feel like socks are such an instant gratification knit for me, and when I incorporate a pattern, it just takes me a little bit extra long to finish usually. So yeah, those are kind of taking a little break at the moment, but I was kind of craving a vanilla sock. Hello. And something fun, and when I was sick last week, I was just, this is going to be a total side tangent, but I love how, especially in England, a lot of people say when they haven't been feeling well, they've been feeling poorly. That sounds so much better than I've been feeling sick. I was feeling poorly. I wish I could say that. That would just be weird if I just started saying, like, I was feeling poorly. Well, I was, but anyway, I digress. But anyway, while I was feeling poorly last week, I decided to cast on something cheerful to brighten my day a little bit, and something mindless, and something that I didn't, because I was kind of doped up on Dayquil. That stuff does things to your brain and thinking. It's not good. But I cast on something cheerful, and this has been sitting in my stash since Rhinebeck. I purchased this at Rhinebeck last year from Gail's Art, and this is one of her sock blanks. How awesome is that, you guys? It's totally neon, it's skulls, and everything has my name written all over it. I love it. It was what I was craving at the time. And yes, it's Gail's Art Sparkle Sock Blank in the Extreme, I guess this is the colorway name. It's called Extreme 105A, I think. I have to figure out a lighting situation where whatever I show you up close is not going to be blown out. But anyway, them's the breaks this week. again, trial and error, right? So yeah, I'm knitting this sock blank, and here is the sock. I'm almost done with the first one. So, and because my needles are, my high sharp sock knitting needles are currently occupied by my apple blossom socks, because I'm knitting them simultaneously or concurrently, I believe it or not, I had a stash dive for some more sock knitting, more sock needles, because I do have another set of high sharps that are currently holding some other socks that I have not finished in eons. But anyway, these are knit picks that I'm using, US 1.5, 2.5 millimeter needles, and here's the sock blank. How freaking awesome is that? And this is the first sock blank that I've ever knit from, and I will be totally honest with you guys. While I love the way it's knitting up, I love the effect, I'm not so crazy about knitting with crinkled yarn. The crinkle kind of gets to me, and especially while knitting the sock, like it doesn't have that clean, smooth finish to the stockinette. Doesn't have that clean, smooth finish. It kind of reminds me of hand spun, and that's kind of what I've been telling myself as I've been knitting it. Like, oh, I'm just knitting with hand spun. That's why it looks like this. But yeah, I'm not a fan. And I know some people have suggested that, you know, I skein it up, I cake it and soak it, and, you know, to get all the crinkles out. But at the same time, I really enjoy seeing the skulls being knit. Like, I really just enjoy seeing the skulls becoming unraveled as I knit them. So yeah, I'm sucking it up. I'm enjoying it at the same time as it's kind of annoying me a little bit, but otherwise I think these are super cool. Will I ever knit from sock blanks again? I don't know. But I really do like the way that these are knitting up. So yes, but you live and you learn. Don't knock it till you try it, right? So yeah, and again, this is Gail's art, and I will say Gail's art, she dyes some really cool colorways. You should check out her Etsy shop, and she's an awesome person too when you meet her in person. So yeah, anyway, if you ever get the chance to meet her at a festival, definitely hit up her booth. She's great. So yay, really enjoying this, and it was exactly what I needed, and I've just been knitting on it on and off. Yeah, stockinette, woo. So. Oh my gosh, I feel so out of practice this week. You skip 1 week of recording and then I'm just like all over the place. But anyway, but that's not all. As I mentioned, Dennis and we went to Montauk, and again, I was just craving something new to cast on. And I had just that morning before we left, I had caught up with Christy Glass Knits. She's an awesome person. Christy, you're awesome. But she has a really awesome also YouTube channel where she interviews a whole bunch of you know, knitters and fiber people in the fiber community. And there goes the church bells every day. It's wonderful. I try to tell myself I'm living in Italy because we do have like this really cool cathedral outside the window, which unfortunately has scaffolding. It's all scaffolded up, and it's kind of an eyesore now. But when we moved in and the scaffolding wasn't there, it looked like we were living in Italy. It's wonderful. So hopefully they'll take the scaffolding down soon. The bells are nice. Anyway, again, totally digressing. But anyway, I digress. That morning, I had just finished watching a quick episode by Christy Glass Knits. She has a really awesome YouTube channel, and she had reviewed the loom, which is a tool I'll talk about in a little bit. But yeah, she had just finished knitting the scarfy thing, a really awesome pattern by Beata Jacek, who is the hand dyer behind Hedgehog Fibers. And as soon as I saw her version of the scarfy, I cannot talk today. As soon as I saw her version of the scarfy thing, I was like, I have to cast that on. And I immediately knew which colorways I was going to cast on. I thought it would just be the perfect beach knitting to do. It's just simple garter stitch. It's like a mitered. I want to liken it to a log cabin blanket. One of those by I think Tin Can Knits or Mason Dixon. I think it's Mason Dixon. They have a log cabin blanket recipe, and that is exactly what the scarfy thing is. So I cast one on, and guys, this thing is like so fun to knit. But yeah, so I was totally inspired to cast one on, and I immediately knew I had a skein of Hedgehog Fibers Daydream and a skein of my hand-dyed yarn, Voolenvine yarns in Poe on my Nouveau base, and the Hedgehog Fibers is also on Skinny Singles. So here's where I am with it, and it is totally blowing out the camera. Maybe I have to lower the exposure just a smidge. Hang on. Okay, so I lowered the exposure just a smidge to see what that does, but anyway, yeah, you guys, I love this so much. And yeah, I knit all this in about 2 days since I was there, and I knit on it a little bit more yesterday, last night. But yeah, it's so fun. So I don't know if you can see, but I started with the center square with that purple, and you're just adding. It's a free pattern, so I can talk about it. But yeah, you just start out with this middle rectangle. She gives you the starting, you know, where to start, and then you knit 12 rows of any colorway, and you can use scrap yarns, you can use whatever you want, basically. So I've just been having fun going back and forth on it. And the cool thing is actually, I started teaching myself how to knit continental while knitting this. And I wanted to learn a while ago, but for some reason it just seemed like the right time and place. You know, I had the time while we were out in Montauk. So I just started noodling around with knitting with my left hand, which is when you knit with your left hand, it's called continental knitting. And I had woken up early, you know, while Dennis was still sleeping, and, you know, just hung out in our hotel room. We had a balcony, it was really nice, and just kind of watched some YouTube videos and, you know, just got, you know, some motions down or whatever, and then just did one step at a time, and I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up very quickly, and I get it now. It's becoming like my muscle memory it's getting there. So maybe I will do a video of me knitting continental so you can see what I'm talking about. But I can definitely see my gauge is much looser knitting continental style. But I have a feeling the more I practice, the more my gauge will tighten up a little bit. Because yeah, I'm not used to knitting with my left hand, so it's kind of very, very loose. And yeah, you can see here with the first rectangle, it's a little tight. So, but you know, I'm not worried about gauge on this so much because it's a scrappy scarf blanket, and I'm having fun knitting it. And yeah, and the back of it, I don't know if you can see this. You're probably not even going to be able to see that, but I love how neat everything looks because you're picking up and knitting along the selvage stitches along the edges. So yeah, I love this. I love this project so much. It's definitely going to be a lot of fun to work on here and there. I'm trying to think what else I want to say about this. As for scraps, like the main colors that I mentioned are Hedgehog Fibers and Daydream, and then my gray Poe colorway. And then for the colors, I'm just using a mix of my colorways and again Hedgehog Fiber colorways. So this neon is a new colorway that I dyed last week called Scream. And then this is my fuzzy navel colorway. And then this is Hedgehog Fibers in the Hush colorway, and then I'm knitting with Violet Star Galactica. So lots of fun with that. Excuse me. And what else did I want to say? Oh yeah. So the pattern also calls for tassels, and this is what got me really excited because Christy Glass had mentioned that she spotted this one tool at Pearl Soho, and it's called the loom. Let me go get it. So normally I'm not a tassel-y kind of person, but seeing it on the shawl just kind of made me very excited. And then after I saw Christy talk about the loom thing, I was like, I have to get that. So I panic ordered. I'm just gonna call it panic ordering now. Every time I get excited about something and order something because I'm excited about it, I'm just gonna call it panic ordering. But yeah, this is what you can do. Apparently you can do so many things with this. And again, it's called the loom, L-O-O-M-E. And you can make pom-poms with it, you can weave with it, you can make a square braid with it, friendship cords, and yeah, I cannot wait to use this. I want to make all the pom-poms and all the tassels now. So yeah, I'm gonna make some tassels for my scarfy thing, shawl. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I will post a link to this where you can find it. You can get it at Pearl Soho, and then you can also get it from their website. I think it's cheaper if you order from their website, the Loom website. But yeah, very excited to take this for a whirl. So yes, okay. I'm trying to think what else I want to chat about with you guys today. I think that is it for what I've been working on. I do have some awesome mail to share with you guys because I was totally spoiled. Actually on Thursday when I was not feeling well, I had an awesome mail day and it totally brightened up my day. And you guys, I'm so excited to share this with you. All right, so one of the things I received was from Laura of Tiny Human Knits, and I literally squealed with joy when I opened this package. It was totally unexpected and totally unnecessary as usual, but she gifted me this really awesome project bag, you guys. It is unicorns, totally my jam, and it also has, I don't know if you can see, it has like a tiny little skull progress keeper on there. I freaking love this. You guys, Laura, thank you. I love this so much. I really, this has been getting a lot of use. It's been housing my my Gil's Art socks, my sock blank, and yeah, it makes me so happy when I look at it. But that's not all. She also sent one for you guys, so I am going to be giving this away at the end of the podcast for the Helen Stewart along. So that was awesome and totally unexpected. But wait, that's not all. She also, I kind of got a little misty and verklempt when I saw this in the package. There are no words for how awesome this is. She made a notions pouch for me, but can you see what's on the notions pouch? It's a mauve bat, entirely cross-stitched. I have no words. I have no words how awesome this is, Laura. This is amazing. And the bat, it's backed with mauve fabric, of course. And yeah, mauve is my favorite color. I love bats. I love all things gothy. I love skulls. I love unicorns. You encapsulated me in the package, basically. The only thing that was missing was a black something cat. But anyway, besides the point, this is amazing. And I've already I already have like some stitch markers in here, and oh my god, this is so incredibly thoughtful. I can't even. So Laura, thank you so much. So special, and you do too much, as always. You all, anytime I get anything in the mail, it's too much. It's too much, you guys. But wait, that's not all. Let me go get it. So I'm sure by now you've all heard of Meg from Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits. She just started dyeing yarn, and she has some really awesome colorways, you guys. And she reached out to me. If you haven't checked out her podcast, you should totally check it out, because she's so sweet, she's so awesome, very cool. And yeah, she reached out to me and wanted to know if she could send me a skein in honor of the Mauve Along, which is a knit along that I'm co-hosting with Shauna of Adelaide Cottage. Another awesome podcast you should check out. And yes, we are co-hosting a Mauve Along. More details about that in the YarnGasm Ravelry group and the show notes. So, but yeah, she so generously sent me a skein, just because she's awesome. And yeah, it's mauve. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So she sent one for me and then one for you. So, and it comes, of course, it comes with an extra goodie. It's maple bacon hot chocolate mix. And I'm kind of jealous because I wanted some. Where's my maple bacon hot chocolate mix, Meg? Huh? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I love it. It's so cool. So Meg, you are awesome. And she also sent another skein to go. Look how amazing that is. I love it. Oh my gosh. I just can't. Meg, you are awesome. Thank you so much. So yes, I will be giving, obviously because it's mauve, I will be giving this away as a prize for the Mauve Along. So you guys, Laura and Meg, you truly made my unhappy sickly Thursday. It was just so wonderful to get in the mail. Sickly Thursday? Oh gosh, what am I making up? I'm making stuff up now. But yeah, so it was an awesome mail week. Thank you so much again. And as always, presents and gifts are never expected. And yeah, but they do bring me joy. So thank you so much. So yes, okay, moving along. I do have some spinning to share with you. As I mentioned, I'm getting my feet wet again with spinning. It's been way too long. My poor wheel, Lendrum, has been hanging out in the corner of my office, giving me the stink eye. So I finally whipped it out. So a little bit of a plot twist, because the Mauve Along, I was on the fence about because I have so many shawls on the go already. I did want to cast on a Fairy Hill shawl by Helen Stewart, which is part of her Shawl Society 2 collection. But because I have so many shawls and projects on the go already, I decided to hold off. But because I had been wanting and itching to start spinning again, I decided to pull out a loop bump. So this is a loop bump that my parents had actually purchased for me for my birthday. I want to say like 2 years ago. So yeah, it's been hanging out in the stash, and it's a loop. Here's her logo, and here's what I have left of the bump. Hang on if I can. So yeah, that's all mauve right there, with some pops of berry and some royal purple, I want to say. But look at that sexy mauve right there. It's so sexy. I love it. And I already what do you call it? Created little nests out of some of the fiber from the center. So I have those ready to go once I'm done spinning what I'm spinning. Anyway, totally rambling, but the colorway is called Isn't It Romantic, which is perfect. And it's 5.7 ounces of merino, nylon, and angelina. So let me show you what I have so far. And it's been so long since I have held up Tallulah on the podcast, but here she is, still alive and kicking. She might need some oiling soon, but yeah, here's where I am. So I'm onto this really nice pink, but underneath there's like a really gorgeous shade of mauve and some purples and everything. So I'm knitting it. Oops. Oh, there we go. Handle with care. Okay, there we go. So yeah, let's put you down again, Tallulah. Okay. Yes, I named my wheel. Her name is Tallulah. But yeah, anyway, I'm knitting this chair. I got a new swivel chair, and it has a mind of its own, especially because my office is slanted back, so it kind of goes woo a little bit every now and then. But anyway, but what did I want to say? I am spinning singles. I'm going to keep them singles, and I'm spinning it at, I'm trying to keep a fingering weight gauge, so I'm not really sure what ratio I'm spinning it at. I've tried to look it up on the internet, but it's the middle rung. I don't know any savvy spinners out there. I have my the band resting on the middle cog or ratio level on the mother of all. I don't know. Again, I'm not a very experienced spinner. I've been doing, like, clearly knitting is my jam, but when I do spin, I spin for fun. So I'm never trying to be perfect or anything at it, but I do have the band resting on the middle rung. So if anyone can tell me what ratio that is, maybe I can hold it up so you can see. Because I know they do have specific ratios, like right there. Let me see. There we go. It's like resting right on that middle one right there. So yeah, if anyone can tell me what ratio I'm spinning at, that would be great, because the more you know, right? And I'm blurry. And now I have that song by 21 Pilots stuck in my head. Blurry face. Anyway, again. So yeah, that's where I am with spinning. I am going to move along to sewing because I have some sewing to share with you today. Oh goodness, I'm so out of practice. Okay, as for sewing, I'm clearly wearing a new outfit that I've sewn for myself. And yes, if you have guessed another lady skater dress by Kichiku, you are 100% correct. And this is my favorite incarnation of the pattern that I have made thus far. I am so happy with it. It fits like a glove. Everything about it is perfect. Granted, there might be a few hitches and glitches in there, but anyway, I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Yeah, it's jersey fabric. It's got some stars on it because I love stars. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. They're tiny little stars, like little hand doodled. I just love this so much. And yeah, it's, as I mentioned, it's jersey fabric, and it's kind of clingy. If you watch the let me see. Try to do loop-de-loo. I'll try and insert a full photo of me wearing it. If you watched a couple of other episodes back, I made a green one with a green octopus fabric one. That was also jersey, but it was a different type of jersey. It had less stretch to it. It was more, yeah, it didn't have much give to it. So it came out kind of looser, a little bulkier. This, like the jersey is so soft and has a lot of stretch to it. It's exactly what I was looking for. I will be totally honest, I don't wear the octopus dress as often just because of that. It doesn't hug me, if that makes any sense. So yeah, it does feel a little like I'm swimming in it a little bit, but yeah, I really love this pattern. This is totally my uniform, so to speak. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this pattern to anybody new to sewing. You know, granted it is jersey, so I would definitely do a couple practice rounds if you're a newbie sewist and have never worked with jersey before. But honestly, it's not as scary as it seems. And this pattern is such a breeze to put together. I will say it took me, I want to say at most 2.5 hours to whip this puppy up, as it did with the last version that I made, you know, because, you know, between cutting out the fabric and putting everything together, yeah, easy 2.5 hours, I want to say. So yeah, highly recommend it. I did order some more patterns. I heard that, or I didn't hear, I just kind of stumbled on it, but what was it? McCall's? Was it McCall's? I think McCall's was having a sale. I wanted to get another dress by Gretchen Hirsch. She has this really cute, very simple gathered skirt pattern with spaghetti straps. Really cute for summer. I had been wanting to get that. That was not on sale because it's Butterick. But I just found out while I was on the website, McCall's, Butterick, Vogue, and Quick Sew, they're all part of the same website. So I, you know, hopped between different sites, or part of the same umbrella, I want to say. So I hopped between different sites and saw that McCall's was having a sale. I think the patterns were like $1.99 US each. And I was like, I just loaded up my cart. And yeah, treated myself to maybe like $20 worth of patterns. So I think I saved $48, which is crazy. So yeah, I bought a whole, you know, some fun summer patterns for me to whip up, and cannot wait for them to get here because I do have some fabric that I want to dip into. So yeah, that's it for sewing. I'm trying to think what else is going on. Yeah, I think, yeah, that is it. So before I get into shop update, because I am having a shop update tomorrow at, it's international friendly. It's the first, I usually try to have international friendly updates either the first or last week of the month, just depending whatever you know, date is more convenient. So an international friendly means that anyone can shop the update, but you know, it's just at a different time for people across the world who aren't usually able to make my Friday 7 p.m. Eastern time updates. So yeah, but tomorrow's update on Saturday, June 3rd, is going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So I hope you can make it. I'll get into that in a little bit, but first I want to announce some giveaway winners because we have lots of giveaways to announce. So let me pull out my handy dandy show notes and get to it. So the Curious Handmade Along, which was a really awesome, fun knit along that I decided to host because I'm obsessed and still obsessed with Helen Stewart's patterns. Helen Stewart is the designer behind Curious Handmade Designs, and she has some of the most gorgeous patterns that I really love working on. So I decided, why not? Let's do this. So that wrapped up yesterday, June 1st. And you guys, I just want to say that whole thread, as all knit-alongs are, just going through the threads, it just makes me so happy to see how excited everyone is to join in, and the beautiful patterns that you make. It's just truly inspiring. So if you haven't joined in and we're thinking about casting on a Curious Handmade design, hop on over to that thread and check out some of the finished objects because they're absolutely stunning and these prizes are very well deserved. So the first prize is donated by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade Designs herself in this really beautiful natural colored tote, and you get a skein of hedgerow yarns in, I don't know how well this camera situation is, guys. It's like a little bit of a headache, but anyway, hedgerow yarns, and it's her Apple Blossoms colorway, appropriately titled. It's really beautiful, and it comes with a promo code to the Apple Blossoms pattern, and this really cute, because who doesn't want washi tape, guys? Washi tape, always handy. So yeah, thank you so much, Helen. And I used random.org to choose winners at random. So the winner of the Apple Blossom Socks kit was number 53, Flueberry, who knit a fairy hill shawl. So congrats. PM me on Ravelry, letting me know you won the Apple Blossom Socks kit, and let me know your shipping info, and I will get this out to you ASAP. So congrats. And your shawl was absolutely beautiful, by the way. So yay! And for our next prize, we have as I mentioned, the Unicorn Project Bag by Laura of Tiny Human Knits. So thank you so much again, Laura. And the winner of that is number, let me see what it is. Oh, number 60, who is Megan's Needles, and she knit the Spindrift shawl. So congrats to you, and the same, get in touch with me on Ravelry and let me know where I can send this, and I will get it to you ASAP. Congrats, yay. And last but not least, we have a really beautiful darning needle by Leslie Wind. She makes handmade jewelry, and she's a metal worker and makes absolutely stunning, beautiful jewelry which doubles as knitting tools for knitters. And Leslie has donated 2 prizes. I'm going to split them up, but this one I decided to give away for the Curious Handmade Along. I'm trying to open the package, which is why I'm fiddling, but she has sent this beautiful darning needle. I kind of want to keep it. I may have to get one for myself. You're not going to be able to see this, but it is absolutely stunning, and it will make your knitting that much more special. So thank you so much again to Leslie for donating this prize. And the winner of that is number 89, Claire Wilson 62, and she knit a Firefly's Rising shawl. So thank you so much, Claire 52. Again, get in touch with me, let me know where I can send this, and yay, congrats to all the winners. And again, thank you so much to everybody who participated in that giveaway. It was really fun to watch all of your progress. I know I am not great at responding to all of your entries, or all of your posts in the YarnGasm Ravelry group, but if you do have a pressing question, please feel free to earburn me, and I will try and get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, please know that I do pop into all the threads and check out what you're doing. I just don't have time to respond to each and every one of you, but I am watching, and I am enjoying seeing all of your progress. So just to get that out there. So yeah, okay, so that is one giveaway done, over. And the next one is for East London Knits, the Zen Variations pattern collection. So I reviewed this on the last episode, and I really enjoy all the patterns in here. They're very simple, very easy to construct, it seems. And yeah, I again want to knit the Intoku pullover so badly. And it's by Renee Callahan, who so generously and kindly and wonderfully reached out to me to see if I wanted to review her pattern collection. And of course I said yes. So the winner of that was number 5, Erin Ireland, and the prompt was to let me know which pattern you would like you're most excited to knit from the book. And Erin Ireland says, "Oh, such lovely sweaters. The Kaizen would look wonderful in Grim," which is one of my colorways. Thank you. And any of the Voolenvine colors would make a beautiful Intoku. So thank you so much, Erin Ireland. Again, reach out to me on the Ravelries and let me know where I can send your prize to. So let me see if I can, the Kaizen, yeah. Kaizen is a really gorgeous pattern, and I agree. It would look good in a really nice shaded, solid black colorway. So yay, and again, thank you so much to Renee for donating this really awesome, wonderful prize. Yay, so all right, giveaways are done. Let's get on to shop update. As I mentioned, I will be having a shop update tomorrow, Saturday at June 3rd, Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Let me go get what will be in the shop. I just want to remind you guys that of the collaboration that I did with Primrose Yarn Company. Kelsey, who owns Primrose Yarn Company, she's an awesome person, awesome, wonderful dyer, and yeah, we joined forces and we decided to do a collaboration, and here is what the kit looks like. So I dyed this colorway, which is called Reef Madness, and she dyed this color, which is called Hysteric. And the theme was neons, and we decided, yeah, let's create a kit, just a set of neon-tastic speckled colorways for you guys. And yeah, we had a lot of fun coming up with these colorways. They will be on sale. I would show you the yarn individually, but they're all wrapped up, ready to go. But here's, you can see that. There you go. There we go. Yeah, so these will be in the shop on Monday in both of our shops. So she has 50 sets in her shop and I have 50 sets in my shop. They will go, her sets will go on sale Monday, June 5th at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and mine will go on sale same date but at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I'll put that in the down bar so it's clear, but you can find more information about that over on my website, voolenvineyarns.com. So I hope you guys can make it. I really hope you enjoy knitting with these yarns as much as we had fun coming up with them. And it was, again, really great working with Kelsey. And yeah, so very excited. Okay, so there's that. And then what else we got? Okay, so going in the shop tomorrow on Saturday, I will have some Fig Bash. There we go. We got it on Volca, which is cloud in German, for those of you wondering what the hell was I thinking when I named it. So Volca, which is a merino nylon cashmere blend, and then we have it on Blitzed, which is my gold stellina base. And then all of these colorways will be dyed on Volca, Blitzed, and Nuvo, which is my singles, merino singles fingering weight, and then Footsie, which is a BFL nylon sock weight yarn. So just FYI. So there's that, and then I will also have some I Am No Bird, which is my Jane Eyre inspired colorway. And FYI, Sarah from the Love Sock Wool podcast is hosting a Bronte along. I think that's currently underway. It kicked off yesterday, June 1st. So FYI, check it out if you love reading the Brontes. Charlotte Bronte, you know. And then I will also have some tea leaves. I will have tea leaves. Here it is on Nuvo. Get that to focus. Focus. You have tea leaves on Nuvo, tea leaves on Footsie. So there's that. And then upon popular demand, we will have some more Dirty on Purpose. So here we go. Dirty on Purpose on Blitz, and here it is on Volca. So small, like not too many colorways this week, only because it was a holiday weekend, which I'll talk more about in Blather. But yeah, it was a 4-day week, and I tried getting as much done as I possibly could. And I also had to make up for the lost time for shipping. So Tuesday was definitely a big shipping day, and then trying to squeeze in as much dyeing as I can. So I am going to see if I can get some more. If I finish editing this and getting this up on the web, I'm going to see if I can dye some more yarn today. But as for now, this might be it as far as colorways are concerned. But, you know, I did dye a lot of them. So those will be going in the shop. And yeah, I'm trying to think what else. There was not enough time for me to announce it on the podcast, but today the Twin Steaks Yarn Club went up for sale, and it totally sold out. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm so glad you're excited about it. I am very excited about it. It took me a while. I was still trying to, you know, come up with an interesting name for it, but it's based on Twin Peaks, one of my favorite TV shows. They actually Showtime came out with a reboot of it. So I wanted to pay homage to one of my favorite TV series by doing a yarn club, the only way I really know how. So, you know, without worrying about copyright infringement and everything, I decided to call it Twin Steaks because I love corny plays on words, and it had to be Twin Steaks, you know, why not? So, yeah, anyway, that went up for sale. It totally sold out. Thank you so much to everybody again for buying them. I hope you love the colorways that I come up with. I have a lot of colorways in mind, so cannot wait to get started on that. But yeah, otherwise, I think that is it for Shop Update. I'm going to move along to Blather, which is a segment where I chat about what's been going on in my life, should you care to stick around and hear about it. So yes, let's get on to that. Okay, as far as Blather is concerned, last weekend, as I mentioned, was Memorial Day weekend here in the United States, and Dennis and I managed to get out of town. We went for a couple days. We drove up to Montauk, which we have not done in quite some time. It's a quick getaway. It's about maybe a 2.5-hour drive without traffic. So, but we actually did not stay in Montauk, we stayed at a hotel, a little, like maybe 10 minutes outside of Montauk, but it was still a beach community. It was, you know, nice and quiet, relaxing. But he found a really good hotel. It had a living room and a kitchen and everything, and a balcony overlooking the ocean. So that was really nice. We were only there for 2 nights, so it's not like we stayed a whole week or anything, and we really didn't need a kitchen, but it was nice to have that space. So, you know, we got some snacks, we got some wine, and, you know, just loaded up the fridge when we got there. And I will say the first day that we got there was nice. It was warm. Definitely not a sit out on the beach day kind of day, but we did get a walk in on the beach, which was really nice. And yeah, I actually got a sunburn. It's since disappeared, but I got one of those weird chest burns where I don't think I was wearing a hoodie, so I don't really know how it happened, but my head got burnt. I have like a line of sunburn on my head where my part is. And then, yeah, I have like the weird chest burn, which has seemed to have gone away. But yeah, I stay inside for the most part. I'm an indoorsy kind of girl, so I don't, you know, when I go out and I'm exposed to that first summer sun or whatever, I'm very susceptible to getting sunburned because I'm a vampire and I burn to a crisp when I go out into the sun. So anyway, time for the SPF 100 to make a reappearance. And don't tell me, please people, do not tell me that I just need SPF 30 because it is a lie. I need that SPF 100 because why not? I still burn. I don't like getting tan. I don't know. And plus it's bad for your skin. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I'm ranting. So yeah, the first day was nice, and then the second day was very overcast and cloudy, and finally the last day on Monday, Memorial Day, it was rainy, so we decided to take off early. But I will say I got a lot of knitting done. I got up at like 7 o'clock every morning and just hung out in our living room and, sat on a chair, watched some podcasts and just enjoyed the view. It was a beautiful view, so I could not complain. The internet, I will say, was very dodgy. I kind of had to reset the router every once in a while, so that was kind of annoying. But again, at the same time, well, I wanted to watch podcasts, so I did have a valid reason other than relaxing to connect to the internet. But anyway, yeah, got lots of knitting done. That was really nice. We went out to eat a lot, so that was also really fun. We got some nice sunsets in. The first night we got a really good sunset in. So yeah, it was a good break from the city. I was feeling 100% better by the last day, unfortunately. The first day and the second day, I was feeling better, but not 100%. But thankfully I wasn't sick as a dog the entire time. Anyway. I tried hunting down a yarn shop. There was one that came up on Google, but they had since closed. So unfortunately that did not happen. I think it was called Pearl by the Sea. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that. I believe it closed down. So I tried calling them to see where they were, but the building where the shop was supposed to be had like a yoga studio in it. And I just assumed, all right, they are no more. So we moved on. So yeah, that was Memorial Day weekend. We came back on Monday, as I mentioned early, and I just spun on my loop bump. But otherwise, I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, as far as what I'm watching, when I was sick, I just decided to check out The Handmaid's. Is it The Handmaid's Tale? I think it's The Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, it's on Hulu. It has Elizabeth Moss in it from she's in Mad Men. So she's in it, and then has Alexis Bledel, for all you Gilmore Girls fans out there. She's in it. And yeah, it's a very dark sci-fi post dystopian type of series, if you're not familiar with it. I really love the series. I started listening to the audiobook while I was dyeing yarn, and I kind of had to switch gears because it is a very dark and very dreary kind of book, especially to listen to while I work, and I kind of need something to get psyched about or interested. Anyway, I kind of had to take a break from it, but I really enjoy the series, and I'm kind of hoping I can pick up with the book again because it's getting really good. So yeah, that comes on I think you can get Hulu anywhere, but I know it comes out every Wednesdays. So yes. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I've been watching, and I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I've started watching Twin Peaks again because yeah, as I mentioned, Showtime came out with a reboot of the series, so that was really fun. So that's awesome news, and yeah, I decided it's been so long since I've seen the actual series that I've just started watching it again and kind of gained more inspiration for the Yarn Club. So it's so good. I love it. If you haven't seen it, it was Twin Peaks is a show that came out in the 90s and has Kyle MacLachlan in it. It's got like a whole bunch of people that may or may not be familiar to you now, but Kyle MacLachlan, he was in Sex and the City. He's also in Portlandia, if you're familiar. But the essence of the show is it's directed by David Lynch, who is one of my favorite directors. Again, I went to film school, total film snob, love David Lynch movies, so definitely check it out. I would not say it's for children. I don't think there's anything other than mature audiences, I will say. It's not terribly, yeah. just to be safe, I'm gonna say it's not kid safe. But anyway, neither is Handmaid's Tale. Handmaid's Tale is definitely not for kids. There's a lot of graphic stuff in there, so just be forewarned. Yeah, so anyway, I think that is it. This weekend, my parents are coming in town. We're taking them out to dinner. It's my dad's birthday. Summer is just crazy. Like, I love summer for the weather. I love getting out of town. I love doing things, but I feel like every weekend during summer, there's always something going on. And it's a little overwhelming for me because I don't like too much going on. Again, introvert. Yeah, I like being holed up and squirreling away. And when there's too much going on, I just feel overwhelmed and yeah, so I just have to learn how to say no to more things. That's it. That's the key. Just, you know, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, just say no. Just say no, Kristen. That's all. That's all you have to do. Anyway, all right, I'm rambling. That said, happy knitting, and I will see you next time. Bye. Today's trash day. There are garbage trucks outside my window, so I'm gonna record again. I'm just gonna do it again and do it again. Let's see if I can sit cross-legged on here. Can I do it? No, I'm gonna roll back. Scoot, scoot, scoot. All right, there we go. We're good, we're gold.